On a night of fear and chaos at Manchester Arena, there were hundreds of acts of bravery by the emergency services and public. But mistakes were made, which left one very important part of the picture missing. Despite their first aid, rescue skills and terror training, firefighters weren't deployed for 2 hours, held back in case there was a further attack. Today at the review, we were told poor procedure, leadership and communication was to blame. The chief fire officer at the time has since retired. His successor offered an apology.
The 22nd of May 2017 was Greater Manchester's darkest hour, and it is clear that our response fell far short of what the people of Greater Manchester have a right to expect. I apologise unreservedly for that.
Some of the firefighters were so close to the arena that they heard the blast. They were then sent in the wrong direction. Paramedics and police were heading towards people who needed help. They were sent away. How can the procedure go so fundamentally wrong?
Obviously, with hindsight, we know that that was a decision that shouldn't have been made. In future, we won't find the situation where people are following the policy, but not necessarily doing the right thing.
The review also concludes that strategic oversights by police led to confusion over whether a gunman was on the loose and a 500-metre exclusion zone around the arena. But it says fortuitously paramedics weren't told and stayed put, helping the injured. Fears that the arena ceiling might collapse meant most medical staff treated patients outside. Only 3 paramedics were in the foyer itself. Survivor Martin Hibbert, paralysed in the blast, has questioned the level of resources he saw in the immediate aftermath.
The scene that day was like what you'd see in Iraq and Afghanistan on a battlefield. You know, we're not talking about, little grazes and cuts. I know the injuries that I had on my body, and what they had in that first aid kit wasn't enough. I pretty much bled to death on the floor.
It is now almost a year since the attack, which claimed 22 lives. Today's review didn't consider if a different emergency response might have led to a different outcome. That, it said, is for the coroner. The inquests begin in June.